Hi, everyone. I hope you guys had a good weekend. We're going to pick up with chapter 16 in our lovely Maniac Magee, so follow along. Maniac Magee was blind, sort of. Oh, he could see objects all right. He could see a flying football or a John McNabb fastball better than anybody. He could see Mars Bar's foot sticking out, trying to trip him up as he circled the bases for a home run. He could see Mars Bar charging from behind to tackle him, even when he didn't have the football. He could see Mars Bar's bike veering for a nearby puddle to splash water on him. He could see these things, but he couldn't see what they meant. He couldn't see that Mars Bar disliked him, maybe even hated him. When you think about it, it's amazing all the stuff he didn't see, such as big kids don't like little kids showing them up. And big kids like it even less if another big kid, such as hands down, is laughing at them while the little kid is faking them out of their Fruit of the Looms. Fruit of the Looms is a type of underwear. And some kids don't like a kid who's different, such as a kid who's allergic to pizza, or a kid who does dishes without being told, or a kid who never watches Saturday morning cartoons, or a kid who's another color. Maniac kept trying, but he couldn't see it. This color business. He didn't figure he was white any more than the East Enders were black. He looked himself over pretty hard and came up with at least 7 different shades and colors right on his own skin. Not one of them being what he could call white, except for his eyeballs, which weren't any whiter than the eyeballs of the kids in the East End, which was all a big relief to Maniac, finding out he wasn't really white, because the way he figured, white was about the most boring color of them all. But there it was, piling up around him, dislike, not from everybody, but enough. And Maniac couldn't see it. And all of a sudden, he could. So in this chapter, Maniac is not seeing this whole you're black, white. He really doesn't bother him, nor should it bother any of us in this world. But think back to Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks in that time period. The world is definitely changing. What I admire about Maniac is he's really blinded by people viewing others, especially on their skin color. So this chapter kind of leaves us hanging. He's not seeing this whole black white issue, and then it ends in that last sentence, and all of a sudden he could. So think about, before we go into chapter 17, what's going to make him see this whole black and white and color business that everybody always seems to think about in the West and East End. So it leaves you kind of thinking, do some foreshadowing this in this upcoming chapter. Might not be chapter 17, but Maniac is really naive, would be a good word, which means he has no idea what's going on. He's kind of blinded. Like, why does everybody worry so much about the color of his skin? I see all these different shades, which is kind of showing a lot of innocence. And like I said, he's naive. So this was a short chapter, but to me it was really a good chapter. We really hear what Maniac's thinking on the inside. So we'll keep going with this. Hope you guys like it, and see you tomorrow.